So I was deeply impressed by Mr. Amarjit Singh's presentation, and he rightly talked about the many things that SEBI and MFI together have done over the years. I think this is an industry which is like, I would say, one of the most regulated in the world. We are highly governed. The structure of the responsibility of AMC board, the responsibility of trustee board. In fact, the trustee board structure is not there the way it is in India, in many of the countries, and then the role of all the committees, the audits. We are hugely publicly scrutinized by people like you simply because you have so much of data and information in the public domain about us. You don't get that much of data and information about any other industry, and that's why you don't see a deeper analysis the way you see about us relatively anywhere else. But at the same time, you mentioned that over a period of time, it's not only the job of the regulator, or regulation alone cannot lead to the outcome that they would like to see. And that's where the role of the culture, that's where the role of having a sense of purpose, that's where the role of all stakeholders in the markets who have to strongly believe in, I won't quote too much from, let's say, Indian scriptures, but let's say Adam Smith, he says, trust is the oxygen of capitalism. Trust is the oxygen of capitalism. If you want growth and if you want like markets to do well, and if you don't put trust as the foundation of that, markets will collapse. It cannot sustain. And that's where I think the role of all of us, there's a collective responsibility on all of us. By the way, in our industry, if I remember correctly, from 2007 to 2025, the number of players hovered around 45. They remained same. I think you will meet a lot of people who have set up AMC, you will meet a lot of people where it got merged or maybe got closed, but the number of asset managers did not change. The industry grew from few lakh crores to 70 lakh crores. Now you are seeing a substantial increase. We would have crossed 50, and next year you will see probably 60 players. And I think, and several of them don't come from an institutional background. Several of them are, or most of them are professionals. And I just hope that they keep one thing in mind, that this is the most noble job in the world. This is the most noble profession in the world when you're dealing with somebody else's money. And over a period of time, it has to go from, let's say, one individual who's starting with few people. How do you build that institution, which is very important? Because it's not only about failure of one player, the impact it will have on the trust of millions of investors who are putting money in the industry.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.